fuck going on, y'all? Happy 2026, man. There's a lot going on in this world. They trying to say that the Jewish leader over there, that man dead, man. They saying they posting fake AI videos and shit. What up, folks? I'm gonna let everybody chime in, do what we do. Got the pork, got the Elski. Probably gonna do laundry in a little bit. What up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good, maintaining their finances in this struggling world. Hope everybody's doing the right thing. And yeah, man, you just gotta get into that survival mode. You know what I mean? But what up, folk? How y'all doing? Talk to me, talk to me. Yep, yep. We outside, baby. Look at that beautiful view. Let's just stay consistent, man. I'ma just say this, everybody. You can't stop the grind, nigga. No matter how hard you try. You heard? We outside, we inside, we fucking everywhere, man. What's going on with YouTubers, man? I be having motherfucking mad people and the shit say, you know what I mean? My numbers be off of Tron. But what up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good. Let's motherfucking talk about it, man. So this is the main random we gonna talk, man. I kind of dove into it a little bit. I'm gonna give the 5 minute mark, but until then, let me just talk my shit. And my camera good. Let me see. Yep, this shit is fully charged. Good to go. But yeah, man. Pat Pools. The fuck I'm hearing, man. Another broad doing the wrong thing by you, man. That's not a good look, B. That's not a good look, especially after leaving, you know what I'm saying, Remy Ma, who we all knew was about that action, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that too, man. What's up? Yo, Nene. What up, Nene? How you doing, ma? I don't know if you watched a lot of my you know, replays, but we've been having great since I want to say since Friday, Thursday. The dialogue's been hitting. I think you were there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday was a pretty hard hitters. But I just want to talk about Pat Pools and sayings. Let's talk about sayings too, man. The good finish, the good die young, good guys finish last. Only strong survive. All those little key sayings that could make humans move, a certain way. But no, I know. You know what I'm saying? What up, Christy? What up, Nene? The shit was powerful. Saturday, Sundays. I guess I'm picking a good slot. That 10 a.m. 11 joint. Just it just pulls in more watches, more more supporters. Let's just say. But yeah, man. Since I want to say Wednesday, Thursday, man, I've been consistently, what I'm saying, dropping bombs. Darius, what up, Darius? Yo, Nene. This is why we got to do a duo. What up, Christy? How you doing, ma? Hope everything good. You and the family, little one. You know what I'm saying? Stay alive, stay strong. But Nene, yeah, man. You always got your finger on the, just like Christy, just like everybody. Uh, we're a little bit older, so to know current events, you know how it goes. They don't want they think once you over a certain, like, you done. But yeah, man, we know what's going on in these streets. But you're right, man. Pap has not released. Look, they got a video of Pap and Clarissa in a Rolls Royce Bentley driving, laughing, and my thing is, regardless, if you take away the aesthetics of thinking they're rich, meaning take the Bentley away, the gold chains, the fur coats, all that shit, you're left with two human beings. And what do you stand for? What is your general purpose in this relationship? Is it um more motivated by gains, or is it love? You know what I mean? We don't, love. I'm trying to rephrase this, or not rephrase, but like reiterate, you know what I mean, that love isn't what it used to be, man. And a lot of folk we balling out of that game. But Pat, I don't know if it's true or not, but if it's true, damn, another Christmas where you calling your broad and she with the next man, that's dangerous, man. This is why I'm not saying you're supposed to always be by your broad, but like, it's scary when a man can't just let his broad be, because she, not all the time, but a lot of, some women go in that direction, and I don't like that, man. If you look, if you're in front of somebody saying this is my man, this is my husband, this is my boyfriend, this is whoever, keep it like that. And if things aren't going well, say it, yo, Pat, I don't think this is working out. Before, because when you're a celebrity, these things are in the news, man. And think about his story. Like, Remy Ma was in jail, right? For 10, whatever she did, that 7-year bid, right? And he stood by her side. You don't hear stories of Pat with a nut, regardless what happened. Like, the story looked like he solidified, he stood tall, and he was by her side throughout her jailing. And they say the percentage of men when women go to jail that stay by their side is very slim. Like, once they is out of here, my man's is next chicken. You know what I'm saying? Next female. But thank you, Darius. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're doing good, Christy. She's Olympian, allowing herself to look like the rest of these hoes, and that's crazy. And I think that's um an underlining message or subject that we need to enhance, our energy towards, because it's like, yo, there used to be a time where you didn't want to get caught up with doing dumb shit like that. You didn't want to slip and fall in the category of that, right? Like, your image was, there's no more shame, there's no more, when they had the slut fest, yo, what's her name, Amber Rose, got like slut, shame, whatever. Yo, you women have done so much bad to other females, it's not even funny. Yes, the rapper niggas got everybody going on drills. That's it is what it is. But to make every woman feel like she has to be a hoe to make it, that's where the underlining, I don't like it no more. You know what I mean? Because look, ladies, I know a lot of women bit into the Prince Charming and all that shit, and it has to lie 50-50, meaning you have to choose wisely, and men stop being suckers and playing a different role that you aren't, right? Because they always say after 5-3 months, a man's true colors, a female's, like, you know what I mean? He did, though. He definitely did. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you, Pop. You know what I mean? I tries. But Nene, that Olympian allowing herself to look like the rest of these hosts is such a profound statement, because it's like, you don't want to go into that direction, ladies, because I think a lot of women in their 40, 50s are starting to learn the hard way, meaning like, they thought, hey, I could play, I could, smash all these dudes, get my paper up, and then 40, 50, I'm gonna find a guy that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? And men are like, I'm not I'm not taking over this you know what I mean? You got too many numbers, you know what I mean, on your belt. She does, man. And that this is what I mean about the female perspective, because I try not to sound misogynist or like a masculine dude. You know how men talk, like yo fuck women on your hoes, blah, 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 blah. So I try to like stay firm on my not all, not all, not all, right? Because if it was all, this world, you know what I mean? And look, a lot of things add to the family being removed, right? A lot of little key elements, that they purposely took out, enabled families to not be that, a family. So it's not, we put so much emphasis on each other instead of blaming the system. I think the system has a lot to do with or play with, you know what I mean? Because you have various situations where if the man isn't paying, fine, take him to child, like deal with it like that. But if you got with a dude that's a bum and he broke, you can't you can't squeeze a rock for anything, right? A rock is like you can't get anything out of a rock. Unlike an orange, right? You squeeze an orange, you get juice out of it at least. You know what I mean? But yeah, Nene, you always I appreciate you too, Christy. I appreciate my wife, everybody, right? We always figure out what to say and how to say it. That's another thing I love about my channel is that I'm not just going with what, YouTube, you see all the videos are almost the same, right? Repossessions are crazy. Teachers are random. Let's talk about teachers, man. So um we'll go back to Pap and Clarissa, you know what I mean? I just think if it's the rumors are right, Pat, uh I don't know if it's too much being a nice guy. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe he's just in love, right? Like we can't call it, man. But just keep your antennas up, Pat. You know what I'm saying? I know you got the car and all, but that's why I say you can't buy my happiness, or my happiness supersedes everything. Meaning like none of that shit's gonna take back that you cheated on me, right? Like, so you don't want to be as a man sleeping next to someone that did that to you. You know what I mean? Regardless of how old you are or whatever it is, because obviously you guys were good enough to create the relationship. Now let's keep the relationship going. Nah, you good, Darius. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys' time. You know what I mean? You guys are always on time, so I'm not mad. I'm never mad. I'm just, always chilling, always figuring out ways to deliver my message, and make sure it doesn't sound the same all the time. That's why, like I say, I need female audiences. I need young. I need old. I just need people with different perspectives so we could talk and debate, or even talk and agree, right? So, and debating doesn't always have to be on some like this side, that side. We could debate to debate, agree to disagree, right? But like there's a lot going on, and I think, like I told people, look at my videos. 2025, I was saying 2026 is going to be the distraction year. How did I notice? Because of what they were releasing. Grand Theft Auto 6, various cool movies, they dropping bombs on us. So they basically are trying to keep us in this la la land while they maneuver and do what they do. You know what I mean? So, see what's going on in New York, man. That dude is firing, people losing their jobs, rent is through the roof. And that's another thing, man. Can we figure out rent already? What the fuck is that about? If it's a square footage, I don't give a fuck if it has a stove that talks to you. That's it. It's the square foot. You can't charge more than that. I don't care if you got a closet that goes to Narnia, nigga. You're not charging 2,000 for a studio. Stop it already. 1,500 for one bedroom. Get out of here, man. 5 to 800 studios, 800 to 1,100, 1,200 one bedroom apartments, 1,200 to about 15, 16. That's two bedrooms, and everything above is that's what it is. You heard? But motherfucking, we are paying niggas mortgages, man, and I already said that. Whenever you get an apartment, and let's say somebody's renting you a thing, and now they're renting rooms in that house, not the whole. Remember they used to rent out the whole house like it was yours. Yo, you. It's two bands because you paying that man's mortgage. So when you get evicted, right, he gets to keep the house that you worked hard for, that you worked and broke your neck for. So I don't feel sorry for landlords, man. You know, they always, and you know what I mean on the aspect of the landlords that are just like they didn't know how good they had it, right? And some of these cribs are paid off. Yeah, they raising the taxes and doing this, but some people's things are still 12 to 1500 a month, a year. I mean a month, right? You pay 15. It's just wild sounds, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to blame, or I am trying to say they should have a rent freeze or some type of stabilization where you cannot, if I'm if outside niggas are banging the burner, fucking dogs, cats, and chaos, you can't charge 15 two bands, man. You can't do that, man. You know, back in the days, they used to charge rent according to the community as well, right? They would add on another 100, 200 if it was close to a train station or next to a park or laundry center. You know, if you ever, I have, but if you ever go to a realtor and they have their various apartments or cribs that they trying to rent out, they'll have that. Oh, this shit is near so and so. Oh, this little apartment has so and so near it. It has Walgreens, laundromat, and that would initiate the cost going up. But we understood that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I thought there was a law that you couldn't raise rent $20 every year. I see people like, yo, my landlord raised my shit twice this year. 200 each. Boom, boom, boom. Instead of, 1400, I'm paying two bands now. Like some wild shit. See, you and your wife see through the veil BS. Yeah, most people that are earthly nature wise and have auras like ours know what's up in the world. And that's a factory, Nene. You have to have your antennas up. You can't take this lollygagging or in la la land like this is all like it's going to work itself out. We have to initiate something to make it work because they are not playing anymore. Like we were taking it in 2015, 16. Okay, they raising it. Okay, yo, Starbucks 50 cents. Ah, damn, that gas another dollar. Like we kept eating it and eating it. But now from 25 to 26, yo, bro, they're raising prices on everything, even if the things are being made here in America. Cat food, all type of everything. We've been into the yeah, we understand if it's being shipped from somewhere else, the oil, the gas, whatever, right? But some items are being made in America and they still are raising the prices. So what's that about? You're ordering direct, meaning you're not going to the store, right? So I'm going Temu, Amazon, whatever. They raising all over. They're raising. Wherever these motherfuckers are squeeze and make a dollar, they're gonna do that. And I remember when I was younger, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, four as a profit was a profitable business, right? Now these motherfuckers got to be 10, 20, 100 M's in a year profit. So if that means I got to fire 20,000 employees and create two machines to take their place, if that means I have to raise the prices of my restaurant dishes, that's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening. There's no law that says you cannot do this to humans. And they made you like, let's say for like Starbucks example, random. They made you like the coffee enough 20 years drinking that same thing to the point where nothing else tastes like it. So you got to keep hitting it's almost like a drug dealer. Like I got the raw nigga. So of course people are stuck in this joint where it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. The ship is sinking fast and yeah, wow. I appreciate you, Pa. Let me see what name. Hold on. The distraction is to keep us all separated so we continue with the BS, prices up, production down, etc. Hey, well, nice to see you. I appreciate everybody. Yo, let me just Nene, another great segue. The distraction and how can I say like like I never understood this like Facebook, all these Instagram. They value that 700 million, billion, right? Tesla, $1 trillion company. Besides Tesla making cars though, right? But I'm talking about just Facebook and stuff like that. Yo, they would give these kids, streamers, all type of look. My thing is, if you're not producing anything that's tangible, that like a product, I don't think that person or thing entity should be getting billions of dollars. You're not producing anything for the work for America, man. Besides what videos and, and streams and you know nonsensical shit. I seen a video. My man had a nice song and he's showing a motorcycle, different angles. This shit got a million hits, and then you got some dude like, yo, message, nigga got 10 views. Like, what's going on here, man? I appreciate you, Will. I want to say Wild, right? Is it Wild? Will David, Dutch Brothers. I was better than SB. What's up, Mac? I appreciate that statement, man. Nice to meet everybody, all the newcomers. Thank you for the subs. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the shares. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you. Thanks for your time. Remember that your time means something to me. Other people just be like, all right, whatever. But thank you, man, because you could be doing whatever the, you know how that go. But yeah, man, and you on one today, mama. You know, prices go up, but the production, yo, people are talking about homes. The newer homes that are being created are bad, badly designed, badly made. Yo, I remember buying things back in the days, from cars to chairs to Discman to Walkman to your TV set. Them shits lasted forever. You had to break them so the shit could destroy. You understand me? Thank you, Nene. I appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. Good looking, Darius. Thanks, Mac. What up, Mac? What up, Wild? Will? Everything is built to break now, and that's weird. I never understood that. Like, I understand it from a business perspective, but from a like, first of all, that's not even good on the part of not wasting shit. You understand me? Like, we're not supposed to buy 700 items of the same thing because you were supposed to make a good one, so I don't have to waste, right? So I could just have that one and that's it. Now they just making things that are just, on to the next one, on to the next one. Like, think about technology, man. Tech used to be, yo, PS2 lasted, the shit was a Blu-ray, so you could use it as a DVD joint. Like, nowadays, these products are so separated with each other. And then you got to wait till like the 12th product for it to have everything that we've been asking for, right? Like, they were so close when they did the iPod and touch, the touch joint. iPod was a beautiful device, man. I might go back to the pod, man. Shit had all your music. You could have the black one. I had a black one that like it had all type of gigabytes you could throw. And another thing that they doing? I don't know. I think I know you. I think you guys know, but random. When you take pictures and now that they keep going from 1080, let's say 720, right? Let's say 480. So 480, 720, and now you got the 1080, and now you got 4K, 8K, right? Since it goes into that, yo, those files are bigger than the little kilobytes they used to be. Remember, pictures used to be a kilobyte of some 480 joints, some 720p. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the resolution wasn't all there, but damn, I could have a lot of that regular joint than a little of some clear shit. Like, nah, man, I ain't jacking it. It makes sense when you realize that we are the products, our time, labor, and money. Yes, we have always been the center of energy. You know, just they love to suck our shit dry, man. Pause. And I am a believer of 44. I love that, man. I am a believer of like you may not think it, but your time, your energy. I always tell people you chill with somebody and then you go home and you tired. You're like, damn, I had a long day chilling with that nigga, right? Incubus, succubus, they just sucking your energy out. And then you chill with somebody else, you're like, damn, I still got energy, man. I had a great one today, man. Those are the people you got to chill with. The people that bring your energy up, that don't make you feel down. That's why work that's why the workplace is always a down energy, because you got so many different energies. Just your boss, the mail clerk, everybody trying to gain information. Hey, how was your night yesterday? Nigga, I'm here to just work and clock out, man. Stop the nonsense. I've been looking for a new house. I hope you find it, man. These new ones are falling apart already. I found an older one that's tight as fuck on 3 acre. Remember? Yup, way cheaper than in these tight developments. And that's a factory, man. Give me that old Victoria, man. Give me that old crib that, was sitting there in the 80s and shit like that. I'll take that one. I'll fix the boiler, make sure the roofing is good, repaint. But other than that, structurally, foundation, yeah, they knew what they were doing, man. They definitely knew what they were doing, and they wasn't charged. That's another thing. How were these cribs made better back then and charged less, and now these cribs are worse but charged more? Make it make sense though, or just tell us our dollar ain't shit no more. Just be like that, yo. The dollar. You know why everything is crazy? Because the dollar ain't shit. That's it. Stop making us buy into to this USD when shit is nonsense, man. You go overseas, and the Europe, whatever, the rupees, and I don't even think, but you know what I mean. Various, I think the yen is more. You know what I'm saying? There's various different dollar dominate, like, money joints, whatever it's called. But it's like, damn, man, the dollar stay falling, and it's like, make it make sense. Somebody said it like in a video beautifully. Yo, you guys claim that this is the best economic time ever, right? This is the best economy ever, right? Fundamentally, America is. So why is this the worst time for middle and the poor folk then? Why it seems like the rich get wealthy and the wealthy get out of the stratosphere with their money? Why is it like that? It's been like that though. And regardless of who you guys don't see it, we put a Democrat, okay, or Republican, okay. Regardless, we get the same nonsense. Another president that got to clean up for the. I hope it ain't Obamacare that got these families paying 4 bands a month just for health insurance. I hope it's not that. I don't know how other countries could have free health care and we over here struggling and mumbling. Gangster man, so cool. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate you, but I'm not trying to, do that image. But thank you, man. I appreciate you, dog. Throwing up in a few days, which is crazy, man. You know what I take? I seen they got a 3D printer, like it's a big machine that makes a house. Do that, man. But charge 10 bands, right? Like charge accordingly. Stop thinking that you're gonna be slick all the time. Everybody's scamming now, Nene Christie White, like Darius. Ain't it? I'm not lying. Everybody's scamming now. Like everybody. Everywhere I turn, somebody wants me to a subscription, or you want me to buy into. Even YouTubers, you be like, yo, this dude is mad cool. Yeah. And then midway he goes, thank you. And my so I don't have a problem with you promoting these are my sponsors, right? But I have a problem when you go, yo, for 64.99 a minute, you could join my class where I tell you the same thing I'm telling you now for free, but you get to see me in person maybe. What? Oh yeah, and I do it on Zoom. What? Yo, there was this guy that was paying, I think he was charging like 80 bands or some crazy shit, right? So men could go through this little training camp and having another man. It's like almost joining the army without, you know what I'm saying? But you paid. Yo, this man had book classes, bro. Like everybody, like, yo, and I'm talking about real money niggas was paying just so another man could be in your face telling you just to man up. Regular shit. Look in the mirror and do that yourself. You don't need another human to tell you how to move, everybody. You could do it yourself. And trust me, when you're moving righteous and positive and good, it feels good. You know what I mean? Just like a boot camp. Now, user good. I don't know why his message got retracted. But what up, user? Thank you for rocking with me again. What up, Jordan? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Yeah, Jordan, I appreciate the squeakiness, man. Keep up the good squeaky, you heard? Squeak, squeak. But yeah, man, just like a boot camp, man. You got grown ass men that in their younger years didn't, you know what I'm saying, stop hiding, stop the depression, stop the god. Like, look, I understand you got to join a group, or you feel more comfortable doing something, but please, man, you got to be men got to be men, man. And trust me, women like that. You know what I mean? You got a lot of dudes that are 6 something, but they soft, man. Women, look, it is what it is, man. You got to figure out what women want and need. You know what I mean? I still don't know. You know what I mean? I thought it like happy, wife is happy life. That's a true joint. Like I said about the, little statements and them little Johns. But like keeping them happy is the part. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping a woman happy, man. In 2026 is a not difficult, but it's you got to man up for it. Let's just say. Yeah, thank you, David. I think he's trying to be slick, Christy. Yo, Nene, you always on it. You heard ma? You be you on it. You heard? Like I dig it, cause sometimes like you don't wait for somebody sometimes to like you just be nope. I already know he playing with Zay and get him out of here. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you, everybody. You know what I mean? Continue doing what we do. You know what I mean? We always have great conversations, and you know what I mean? How I make money, man. That's that's a hard one, man. So right now, so hold on 2 seconds. Thank you for reminding me. So I do trading, right? So how do I make bread, right? So I do so how do I make bread, right? So I do trades, you know what I'm saying? And right now my wife is the bread maker, right? So that's understandable. That's a factory, right? But the other fact is I'm not wasting it either. Like I'm trying various ways to not waste the bread, right? Because if you're not, look, this is a thing. If you're not adding, you can't be taking more than you know. You dig what I'm. So yeah, I do add financially too. I don't want to say how you know what I mean, but I give her bread, pay, do the right thing. And the flip side is also not spending. A lot of folk just spend more than they earn, and that's why a lot of folk end up in that weird predicament of either owing a credit card or just in debt because you gotta live within your means, even if it means not, you know, like I perfect example, random in the AM. You know what I'm saying? We go to McDonald's and we get our joint. I usually use points from you know what I'm saying? Like there's ways of maneuvering, right? And then she gets her meal, right? She makes coffee at the crib, so she saves instead of paying $3, $4, she's saving, and that's just McDonald money. I know Starbucks is probably 10, 15 just for a cup. Makes the coffee in the crib. I got a nice little coffee maker, man. Like I said, I'm doing this trading thing. It's the DSJW, whatever that trading thing is. I don't. If you want to join, I could tell you. You know what I'm saying. But long story short, you put a certain amount of money from 100, 500,000. I'm not gonna tell you what I put, but I put enough that like in within 3 weeks I was already up $100. Meaning you could put, let's say you put 1,000 in the bank, right? You're I don't think interest is that. The only thing is the risk factor, right? Like the way the world's going, stocks are getting hit, all this shit. It is a crazy time, but I want to, get it up to what I put in, and then I'm going to take that amount out, so I'm straight, and then let the rest build, right? Yeah, man, that's exactly it, man. I have one credit card, people. Yo, and that's a look. Hey, yo, I remember my peoples, right? Yo, and I told my niggas, yo, that is the biggest nah, Zay, you gotta build credit, yo. That's how you get cribs and shit. I was like, yo, family, listen to this, everybody. Yo, family, I'm 17, 18, my Jeezy. You know what I mean? You still need a cosign for apartments. You still gonna need that cosign. I don't care how many credit cards or your credit look. You still need that cosign because at 17, 18, you're making entry money. You're not making, you know what I mean, great money yet. So That's why I find it fundamentally broken that 17, 18, you want kids to either choose college, Marines, or the job market. But then the job market is asking for 3 years experience. And then the job market isn't going to pay you right away, like that good money. So, all right, whatever. Let's say you got a job though. But then you go to the apartment and they want first month, second month security, third, sometimes three. So if it's two bands, you need six bands just to move in. Just to move in. And let me being nice, four bands is still four bands. So and then they don't tell you when you get the crib, you need to do what? Buy the couch, the bed. I know a lot of motherfuckers are sleeping on air mattresses till this day, man. That's their bed. A motherfucking air mattress. So I always knew something was weird with that credit card, especially because they're hounding you at colleges. Like right next to the right next to him was the Marine guy, right? So like I'm a young mind. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. But you're over here, yo, join the Marines. Da, 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 da. We're gonna help pay for your thing. Da, da. It sounds good, but when it's time for war, your ass is over there, right? So that's one thing. Second thing is, let's say you sign up for that credit card and you use it just like you would use anything. Hey, I don't got money for this. Let me use this. But you got to pay it back. And sometimes, let's say you bought, some people buy big things. Oh, even if you bought something for 150, the interest, and then you just trying to, yo, at the end of it, you done paid $1,000 to pay back that 150. That's Chris, you hurt. I can't believe the prices of rent these days. Way more than my mortgage for shithole in Philly. Come on, that's a fact. What up, Chris? How you doing, pa? And that's what I mean about stabilization or not freezing, but just maybe freezing too. But have it where, look, if I've been in this apartment for 10, 15 years, boom, try to make it where you're not bugging me out, man. Because the older you get, the less paper you start. They know that. They know that for damn sure. Why you think when you go to Walmart, you see old folk working still? And that shit is a damn shame. Grandma, yo, in my day, everybody was going to Florida and retiring and buying a nice little house. Now you can't even do that, man. A lot of folk are going overseas and saying, "Yeah, I'm still in America. Yeah, ship me my fucking check, man. I'm in a month for this gorgeous residency." Bully, what up, Bully? Yo, what up, Bully? How you, pa? Hope everything good, man. Long time. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How you, man? I hope everybody good. Stay blessed. Happy 2026. If it's not happy, fight through the shit. But what up, Bully? Hope all is well. But yeah, man, we gotta figure things out, man. Right? My dad's retired in Florida. That's what the norm was for. That's yo. Nene, you been we we're gonna have to do it one day, you know what I mean? But get makeup up and look righteous. And then because like I need, sometimes, I'm gonna do it with my wife too, but I need a wingman sometimes because my brainium cranium could do so much, right? And I'm still, getting this down. You know what I mean? Let's just say I'm not I'm a cocky dude, but I don't want to be egotistical either. This is a growing thing, and it's been growing well. So I'm not hating. What up? What up? God bless y'all. Yeah, bully. Yo, everybody, bully one of them ones, man. One of them ones. Thank you, Nene. You know what I mean? But it's just, and we over, and yo, the great part about my channel is we over here trying to really tell folk what's going on, man. You know what I mean? On both, meaning like we know what poor and we know what, having some money feels like. And yes, I feel like money can buy happiness to a degree. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you, stability and comfortability is a motherfucker and peace. You know what I mean? So if you're able right now to just be comfortable, not worry about certain bills and just, you know what I mean? Or you didn't inherit so many bills. A lot of folk, yo, they got so like this is what I mean about people. Let's say you got 5 subscriptions at $20. That's $100 just on, and if you know life, half the time you're not even home to watch the shows. And even if it is, it's not worth, you know what I mean? But That's why, like, I feel like we got duped because, like, the cable was a brilliant thing. You pay 60, in fact, it was like 30, 40 a month. You got HBO, Cinemax, all them joints, to do the pay-per-views or like pornography, you had to pay extra. That is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But it was a system there, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, some of these shows, they go to different what's that, platforms on purpose. Like, 1 minute Netflix got Friends, now Hulu got Friends, now Apple got, like, it's like, yo, my nigga. And a lot of people don't know how to cancel them joints, so it's just taken. A lot of these things are taken from your account anyway. And if you're used to thinking that, oh shit, every week I get 200 after all my bills, you think that's good, but if you look deeper, you probably could have 300, 400 after you cancel some of them goofy subscriptions. You know what I mean? Anyone talk about retiring there in Florida in years, it's because nobody can economically afford it anymore. It's a damn shame, Nene. And it is because, and yo, what we're saying, everybody, is back in the days, random, whenever you hit a tier mark in age, like let's say 60, you know what I'm saying? Your ass went to Florida because of various situations. The rent was feasible, meaning the housing, you could buy a house down there, right? And banks were lending, so you could do that according off of your income, and it was good weather, meaning, like, you know for some reason, the older you get, the colder you get. Why you think I'm always shiesty up, or look at this, look, it's nice and I still got a jacket on. Like, for real, I get cold. Like, it's not lies, you know what I mean? Everybody moved there, and it was dope. But then I swore in the 2000s they brought back Miami, like, weirdly, and they made it like New York City again, like, or not again, but they made it like, hey, it's not just for old. We want the young kids coming here, buying our expensive high-rise apartments, and just because it's looking over a beach, you'll be fine with paying $3,000. Even though back in the days, them things used to be called condos, and you could work towards actually buying it. Everybody, you see how they tricked us? So now that high rise that used to be a condo that you paid 1,400 a month, and in 15, 20 years or whatever you bought it, now they cut that out. Now it's just a fucking apartment, and you're over here just renting it. Like that man said, you're gonna pay for everything but own nothing. And I don't like that statement. If I seen him in real life, I'm gonna knock it. I got everybody. I'm gonna knock them out. You heard? For everybody. You heard? What up, Thomas? Definitely cheaper than shitty ass New York, B. And I'm from New York. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Words ain't gonna hurt me, man. I don't own, like, when motherfuckers be like, "That's my block," nigga. You don't own the block. You don't own the crib on the block. I don't own New York. I could give a fuck less, nigga. You heard? As long as you don't say nothing about Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico, boom, 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 Puerto Rico, oh. What up, Nola? Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate. Yeah, it's definitely an accent, man. Look up "Dirty Nasty" 1980 song. Reminds me of dudes. That's what's up, Nola. Stay you, man. Never change. Yeah, man. New York, man. Shout out to Albany. Shout out to Syracuse, Buffalo, Utica, Rome. New York is a very big state, man. Really is. Really is. It's just not them boroughs. 99. What's up, Antarctica? What up, Nola? What up, Thomas? I appreciate everybody. What up, Megan? How you doing, Megan? Subscribe and hit the like. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with me right now. I appreciate you guys. You heard? But yeah, support the kid, man. I'm not here to jack you. I ain't here to, disrespect y'all or lead you astray. I'm just trying to give you some gems that maybe could help you in life. You know what I mean? That's all I'm doing. I ain't trying to dress better. I ain't trying to, swaggy swag out swag. You know what I mean? There's none of that going on here, man. It's just great conversations and meeting people with, similar thought processes. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. Everybody shout to Megan. You heard? Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Yeah. Good looking, Christy. Damn, Jason, sorry your man Gay died yesterday, man. Sorry to Gay, man. I wonder if is YouTube still like that? Like certain words like can trigger your shit. Like I don't like that. And like people need to understand what algorithm and the system is, right? So for instance, random, you try to let's say I want a job at CVS, right? Literally, you need to write certain words in your resume so the machine will pick it up and click. It's not clicking on you just because you worked 20 years somewhere. I don't like that, man. What up? What up, Megan? What up, Jason? Thomas, do your thing, Thomas. What up, Nola? I hope everybody doing well, man. I hope everybody doing good, you know? Yeah, man. The world's a weird. Yo, man. Being 4-4, right? Not bad. Look, I ain't jacking me, but I'm just being honest. Like, you know what I mean? Even I got all my tea, only one. I love candy to death. That's why, like, I feel like I don't know, man. Like they say, too much sugar, diabetes, but thank God I don't have it. You know what I mean? And I love candy, y'all. Yo, my second home is that. What's that? That sugar store? That sugar store? Oh, I love that shit. What it is, 70s there? Nah, I'm 82, man. I'm 44, man. 82 baby over here. My born day just passed March 5, man. But thanks everybody. I appreciate the birthday wishes. I appreciate everybody, you know, just you know, just just understanding, not everything got to be trolling and bugging out. Like we could actually learn from each other. But thank you, Thomas. And I think, I think it's how you address people too. A lot of folk just want to be respected. A lot of folk just don't want to. So, some people come off wrong, but then they mean well, right? Like, so I thank everybody that comes into my room and eventually shows their true colors and are just cool motherfuckers. So thank you, everybody. Galaxy girl, what's going on? What's up? What's up? I hope you're doing good. Take care of our galaxy and yo, find a new planet for us, man. I'm tired of this Earth shit, man. You know what's funny? There's this guy, right? He dresses up as an alien, and yo, the makeup is really good. His name is like Star God or some shit, right? Yo, this motherfucker's like, I can't believe you guys on Earth are paying rent. What you think a gorilla pays to be in the jungle? You think a fish pay to be in the ocean? It's like that's true. Like the way they got us is like such a fucking scam, man. A Ponzi scheme. And the reason why the scheme ain't working is because you always need an undergrounding level of people working and slaving. And I think Gen Z stopped doing that. So if like like a lot of things are being affected, man. Damn, Galaxy. I hope you are resting. I hope your leg heals. And you do know though, random, you heal stronger, right? So, once your leg is healed, you could kick doors down now. You hurt? Shout out to you though. Heal. I hope everything goes well. What up, Kiss My Grill? Kiss My Grits. Sorry. Kiss My Grits. What up, man? Them Ponzi schemes went crazy during the pandemic. Yeah, fam, bow in the building. What up, compadre? I hope everything good. I peeped your joint. You know what I'm saying? You had the Christian videos playing, man. Nice little fit. You had I appreciate you, fam. Bow. What up, fam? Bow. Galaxy, get better, get well. Kiss my grits. Thank you for rocking with me. Sub to my joint. If you sub to me, I'm a sub to you. Y'all know how that slogan go. Loving all names coming through today. That's a fact, Christy, right? We got some creative motherfuckers out here, man, and I dig it. And that's why this is why every time you gonna hear say, be you, stay you, right, Darius? Right, Nene? Like just be you, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause you stick out because you're different, right? Like we all aren't the same sheeple. Only in society you see that. As soon as somebody get injured, well, everybody do pull out their phone instead of rushing to the person and be like, yo, you all right? Kiss my grits on first that yo, kiss my grits. Good word playing with that one, sending positive energy and love. Yes, Megan, that's how we do over here. You know what I mean? hearts up to everybody. But yeah, fan bow in the building. Everybody go check out fan bow's page. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? If you have the time, and just do it for like for Uncle Zay, right? Just check him out and see what it is. You know what I mean? Content is content, and you know, thank you. What up, everybody? This room is banging, man. I'm having a great one today. But yeah, once again, I do trading. If you guys want to learn more, try to hit me up somehow in some YouTube shit. I want to put my Instagram, but I don't want to put me too much out there, right? I just want to do this and handle mine on the tube. But most of my shits you see on the tube is like the gram too. You know what I mean? When it comes to like, the way I move in my journey. But yeah, man, I definitely want people to know if you have a couple hundred, put it towards this little trading thing. Do your due diligence first. Figure out how to, you know what I mean? Because they got this thing called gas. So let's say I want to pull out a certain amount, I got to pay a gas fee. You know what I mean? So my man knows more about that. So, Beezy, that dude that comes in here, Q Beezy, he knows a lot about that. He was very, um, he was on it before, and before the meme coins he was already, remember, there was a thing called Silk Road, and it was a site where you could buy guns, drugs, all type of crazy shit. But the way they did it was you had to convert your money into Bitcoin. And at the time I had a little wallet with like whatever lost going, it is what it is, but you needed Bitcoin to buy, you know what I'm saying? Let's say I wanted to buy some shrooms and shit, boom, shit got delivered, all that. But long story short, Silk Road gets hit up. They get rid of the site. I think the guy went to jail because he made a ton of money. But they did it via Bitcoin, and this is before anybody knew what Bitcoin was, right? That it had like a purpose, right? And then after that, everything happened. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and you see where it went. You know what I mean? A lot of rug pulls. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people got money. A lot of people got money. You know what I'm saying? If you was like into that computer shit, a lot of people. I seen some dude go to a car dealership and buy a car using coins. Like, and I think Dubai is the only place that does that shit. But he bought a car. The 3 feet of snow passed us by. I'm chilling today. Damn, 3 feet of snow. That's what's up though. Michigan, Detroit really was like that though. It is like that. Chicago, Detroit, all them joints over there, they be snowing. Weather be dangerous, like almost like Buffalo weather. Mel's Diners in my head. Damn, what up? What up? There you go, fan bow. What up, man? Nothing much, uncle. Yep, yep, yep. Do your thing. Dubai is whack. Whack as hell, man. I guess they were like, if y'all could have Skid Row, we could have a Dubai. Now let me stop. Right? Like they were like, if poor folk could have a little place, we gonna have a spot just for the rich, just for the rich, and just for the rich. Nah, not at all, man. Puerto Rican, man, 100%. And this is what I like. I love how certain clothes or like a turn the hat back means I'm like, hip hoppy or something. You know what I mean? Nah, just like the hat back like that, pop. For real, for real. I think that was a New York thing. You know what I'm saying? New York to the day I die, man. But yeah, man, definitely not black. Definitely not trying to be that. You know what I mean? But shout out to people that are. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But Dubai is whack, man. Imagine that. Yo, there was this lady, man. I brought her up in like 6 videos ago that she went to Dubai for her born day, and the war happened during this, where the missiles were being dropped, which is scary. But they canceled flights, so she's like, and I don't think they have a like, hey, we understand the situation, so you can stay in this room for free. Hopefully they have something like that, but she had, and then you in Dubai, like you're not in some like, Motel 8. You could, you know what I'm saying? Motel 6, you could get some cheapy joint. I think the cheapest joint out there is like five bands a minute. I'm heading off cause Megan, thank you for rocking with me. Megan Page, thanks for your company, your time, and you listening to me. Thank you. Here's a heart for you. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the like. Thanks for all the contributions. And I appreciate you, girl. You have a great one, you know? And keep your antennas up. Make sure you monitoring your area and just stay focused and keep the positivity going through your veins. Never let it flow out of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that one. But yeah, man, you gotta like, we gotta realize, love y'all too. Yeah, love you, ma. Have a great day. You know what I mean? Stay positive and like I say, never change who you are because, you know, they trying to, get everybody off they track or make it feel like this way is the better way. Nah, man. Living like this, trust me, it feels good. I know it does because I'm living like it, 419 subs say, yeah, I'm almost about. So, yo, everybody, I got to hit that 500 mark. Of course, that 500 mark, I'm a bug out. You know what I mean? I've been trying really hard the last 4 months. We're going on five. So, without y'all ain't me. I always say that, and the contributions of my wife sticking by me, supporting me, even though this unemployed man doesn't have a gig. She's allowing me to continue and do what I want, my little dream. You know what I'm saying? And that's to spread my message and hopefully get that paper for it. But I appreciate everybody, man. Yeah, 419. We're about to hit that 420 spark up. But yeah, man, shout out to wifey, man. Without her, I don't think I would be doing this. So I'm gonna just be honest, right? It's the energy, it's the positivity she brought to me. We going up. Yeah, we is, Nene. Coming from New York, the East Coast, you more I don't know. She said that I'm more calmer now. And it's not just the weed making me calmer. It's just, you always gotta be on alert. Like who, yo, I'm just going to work, man. What the leave me alone. Like it was like that, man. No, I'm not, but I love the camouflage colors. I have veterans in my family, my cousin, my uncle. My uncle got his pinky shot off in Vietnam War. So shout out to the veterans, shout out to folk that gave their life to us, so we could talk and be free on this end. But shout out to the veterans, man. I don't like how they play with the veterans in America, but shout out to the veterans. I know, man. And yo, I always said she had a wonderful. That's one of the things that I was like, damn, girl, you got one of them hotline. I was like, I'm out of here. But yeah, man. Her voice is a cool one. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you, pa. What up, Conduit? 644 in the building. How you doing, compadre? I hope you're doing good. Thank you for rocking with me. Thanks for popping in this channel. I think you seem familiar. What up, Terry Will? Retired veteran. Shout out. Already, Terry, you don't even have to shout out to all the troops. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you, pa. You know what I mean? Remember, there's a thing about respect. Taking your hat off. I don't care what background. If you think you gangster, you think you the nigga, you got 700 million in the bank. Respect. That's all they want sometimes too. You know what I mean? Is respect. That's why I say teachers. Yeah, my hat dirty, but teachers should be getting paid. Fuck it. Yo, teachers should get paid, man, because we got to start looking at teachers and doctors and surgeons and veterans as our celebrities, not the movie dudes or the rapper, or those are the people that are standing for something. You know what I mean? And apparently America don't pay it the way, I don't know, man. But yeah, salute to Terry, man. Thank you for everything, man. For real, man. Because like people don't understand that, man. My cousin said he jumped. He was in Fallujah, or some shit. They jumped out of a plane, landed in like a thing of water, and had to wait till nighttime so they could hit the land. So they were literally just in water. And I know they get trained for these things, and that's another thing, man. We gotta. These are like superhumans, man. The training they go through, and yo, random message. They don't tell us have to. A lot of times, a lot of men and women they die during trainings. They don't tell us that a lot of them don't die in the real war. They die just training, man. So shout out to people that passed, and it's just, and then it's a wicked thing coming back with the PTS. Like people don't understand that, man. Big huge shout out to the troops and soldiers out there. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you, Darius. That's a great message right there, pa. What up, Conduit again? You can be rich with bad health. I'd rather be broke with good health any day. That's a factory, fam. That's a factory. And you know, a lot of these rich people, they got like a 15-year-old lungs, some 30-year-old kidneys, right? Like they they go to the mechanic for real, man. And I don't like that, man. I don't like how they could skip the line for surgeries or various transplants. I don't like that at all. The saviors of the world, like veterans, docs, nurses, should get all the money, not these celebs. That's a fact. And if we start looking at it like that, guess what? Our children will respect the teachers more, right? That's all it is an underlying respect thing people got. You know, these kids nowadays don't respect themselves, so God willing, they respect you. That's gonna be a rare one, a rare occasion. We gotta make everybody feel worth. That's all it is. People want to feel like, yo, I'm not here for nothing. And that's a lot of people are feeling like that now. You know what I mean? Like it's just worth. I'm on this planet. What am I doing here? What are we doing here? You know? We should have been trying to answer them questions fundamentally from jump, but nope. But yeah, man. I got look at me and wifey real quick. Yeah, kid. Yeah, kid. Mwah. But yeah, man. It's like we gotta make it feel like it's okay, John. And remember when gay used to mean happy? So I am gay. I'm gay for the fullest, man. I'm the happiest ever in my life right now. And I think that rubs people wrong. Yo, fan bow. You nailed it. Random. A lot of veterans are fucking homeless. And I don't, and being in California, you see it more, man. You see that way more. It's just weird, man. Like I don't get it. And they're good people. Yeah, some of them off the rocker. So, as quickly you could build a fucking storage unit, as quickly as they could build a building for the rich, you know, these high rises. How about you build a couple of buildings that are for veterans? How about you build a couple of buildings that are for the homeless? Even if it's a giant warehouse, you know how many buildings are empty that they could just easily set up like some type of cubicle system where look, you come here, you could shower, you could sleep, and it is what it is. We're trying at least. And I know they a lot of things you got to upkeep the cleanly, hire some people to make sure it's not dirty, hire a couple of security so niggas ain't wilding, and that's it, man. Thank you, I appreciate you, Darius. It was, man, she the one. You nailed it on the ghetto head. Better teachers, better education, self-worth, and values, regardless if you're not in the 1% home. And that's the thing. People feel like if I'm not in this thing, that's why everybody faking because they like look, shopping does feel good. There was a study that showed that if you worked the full Monday through Friday, usually Friday, you got out of work, you did your nails, you got the haircut, you wanted to feel like, yo, I put in some work, right? But now people can't even do that. You know, barbershops are charging 100 just for a shape up. Everything, the way the pricing is, man, we have to have a law that has set pricing. No more wherever the fuck you live or wherever the fuck I want to make this price. No, none of that shit no more. You can't even go to a fucking mechanic and have the same pricing. You go to four mechanics, you got four different prices. You call four different construction companies, you got four different fucking whatever they call that, evaluations or like, you know what I mean? And then, I forgot the word, but they go, yo, we think it's gonna be 1,500, right? And then you hire them and they go, yo, but there's extra cost. It's about 3,500. You nigga, I wouldn't have hired you if it was like that, homie. Like, get out of here, man. And then they want to break the shit they fit, like, yo, everything is just about the bread, man. And then the trick bag is, but we gotta survive. It's like you already were surviving, you just want to have a yacht. Everybody just wants the Tesla now. a Cybertruck. Everybody wants a Lamborghini Urus. We all can't have that. We used to do this thing called play your role. We knew where, look, if I'm not making enough money, if I'm not doing the right thing, if I didn't do education right, guess what? I'm gonna get the lowest spectrum of life. You know what I mean? But a lot of people put in no effort, are lazy as fuck, and don't want nothing but want the bag of money to pop on their lap every minute. That don't work like that. I know it don't because I'm still waiting for my briefcase with money in it. That shit never came. I always like, yo, my nigga, please. I'm walking in the park, like a movie. Oh, what's this? Oh, how come I know the combination? Oh, untaxed cash, oh, boring. Never happened. Never, not at all. Mm-mm. That's a beautiful. The veterans get treated worse than the drug addicts. That's a fact. Education is uniform and conforming. Yo, Nene, random once again. Look at somebody that's on drugs. Ask them if they got EBT, they got health, they get cash assistance. Now look at somebody like me or a veteran. Yo, no cash assistance, a certain amount of bread, and because they know that the drug addict is going to use it for drugs, cycle the money of that. Remember, they get a percentage of that drug money. If you don't think they do, trust me, trust me, that's one of the another low key factor of America, like the tax of that drug shit. You know what I'm saying? In Bakersfield, California, a rich guy got sued for letting homeless. Yup, yup. And yo, I remember some dude. They arrested some dude because he was handing out food from his restaurant, like the old joint. They try to, yo. So you telling me there's more laws that stop people from being humane than they are not. That's why people, yo, what up, Juliet? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Conduit, that's a fact. Education is uniform for conformity. That's a factory. It's a sheeple effect, man. And if you bite into that pill, you definitely in the matrix for life, man. But yo, why is it like that? I should do a poll, man. Why the fuck when you when you motherfucking doing wrong, they try to give you life, but when you doing right, they give you like a bucket of. I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. It's right. You got people. You got. How you think it makes a man feel when he been working 30, 40 years of his life and he driving and then some dude right next to him is just don't work a day in his life and got the illest like that's why the disparity. Back in the days, it wasn't like that. If you was a doctor, you had the Beamer, Lexus, or Benz. Teachers, Corolla, what's that? Acuras, Hondas, right? Old school dads, Cadillacs. But that's another thing I want to remind folk. Our parents weren't buying the latest vehicle. They were actually trying to buy the oldest joint. My dad bought like an 82 banana boat. And yo, you know how this one door was the size of two doors in a car. So it was just one and that shit was heavy like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I try not to, man. It's just my vocabulary. It's illegal in one state to be homeless. That's weird. Welcome, Juliet. What up, Based? If some people say why these rich people don't have the homeless, but when they try to help the homeless, they get sued. That's weird. I wish my dad bought Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia stock. I know Joey. Yo, Joey, there's a lot of situations that we wish that, you know what I mean, our parents, but yo, the difference is information. Back